So almost all the oil's done. And then we'll get the filter out. And then we'll get the pan out. Okay. Up to the side. So we'll let that finish draining. Alright, so we're going to put this back in just so we don't get anything in there. We'll put the oil filter back in. For right now, once the old drain pan is out, we'll pull it back out. So we're just going to hand tight it. Cool. Put the drain plug back in. And then we'll start getting all these bolts out. Switch to 6-inch extension, and they look like they're 10 mils. Let's see. Yep. So we'll just crack them all loose, and then I'll use the Milwaukee ratchet to get them all out. So there's one closest to the subframe on the passenger side that looks like it's going to be a pain. There's one other one, but it looks like you just use a wobble socket, it'll come out. So just something to keep in mind. Alright, I'll be back with you when I get this out. Alright, so we got that pain in the butt bolt out, or nut out. So now we're going to zip all the rest of these out and get the pan out. Alright, so we got the drain pan off. That silicone, the Toyota silicone is wild. That's the new one. So we're going to get the silicone off the oil pan, off the top oil pan, and then we'll get this one installed. So we'll get all this gasket off, this gray RTV, with a gasket scraper. So I'm just gliding this razor blade to get the big chunks off, like basically flat with this top oil pan to get the big chunks of RTV off so I don't have to sit here for hours. But you want to be super careful, especially if you're going to use like a carbide bit, because you'll mar this oil pan up. And just go slow. No point of being in a rush. Alright, I'm gonna get the rest of this off. Alright, so now we're gonna put RTV on this new oil pan. I'm just gonna clean it off really quick with some brake clean. Make sure to get all the shipping oils or any residue that's left on it. Clean it super well. Get some of this little dust out of there. And then we're gonna add the RTV. So I have some of this Toyota Aisin FIPG for my Toyota, and with it being a Lexus, I figured, you know, it's made by Toyota as well, so we'll just use this. So we're just gonna do a nice even bead all the way around, trying to stay as consistent as possible around the bolt holes. And then I'll go back with a finger and kind of even it out. Alright, so everything's, I'm going to clean up the rest of that RTV. It's on the pan. But everything's torqued to spec. 8 foot-pounds for the bolts. And then we're going to let it cure for 12 to 14 hours. And then we'll be back to see how it works. Alright, so it's been about 14 hours later. I don't see any leaks really on the ground. I mean, there's some RTV that got everywhere, but not a big deal. And this Lexus has like 200,000 miles on it, so it'll get traded in here soon. So let's put some oil in it. All right, well, we got about 3 quarts in there, so let's check to see if it's leaking. All right, start it up. After I'm done putting oil in it, give it a test drive and see how it goes. All right, so cool. We don't have any oil leaks. So we're good to go. I'm gonna just give you guys a quick rundown on the tools that I used if you guys are interested in doing this yourself to save yourself some money. All right, so these are the tools I used. So 1/4 inch, about a 10-inch extension, wobble extension, 10 mil for those hard to reach places. Obviously, it's a gear wrench 84 tooth, 1/4 inch ratchet, a 6-inch extension with 10 mil. They're all 10 mils except for the drain plug. There's 2 studs, and then the 3/8 drive ratchet. I like the flex head. 3-inch to get the oil filter housing off, and then a rubber mallet to break the seal, the bond between the RTV and the case that it's attached to. Just a flathead screwdriver. I know they make the proper tool, but I don't do this enough too. This is the ASIN FIPG that I used, that Toyota uses. Obviously they're different. This is red, this is gray. So the factory probably used something else, but this is what I use. I've had great luck with it. And then just a light. It's a brown light from Harbor Freight, flexible, for under the car. And then this is a completely optional, but I use it just to speed things up. It's a Milwaukee M12 3/8 electric ratchet. But if you guys like this video, let me know, and I can do more of these, not necessarily on a Lexus, but on Toyotas. Don't forget to like and subscribe.